race fans, and welcome back to the Doghouse Racing League Next Gen Cup Thursday Night Series, sponsored by Shoney's. Today we're at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway, late into the playoffs, and it's going to be another great race around the half mile, the last great Coliseum here in Tennessee. As always, I'm your host, James East, with Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, Breathe the Action, Sandy P, 60 frames a second. As drivers with open setup, 60% fuel, 2 sets of tires behind the wall, and no fast repairs. Get ready to do battle here at Tennessee, and let's get ready to run you through today's grid for this main event. Starting on pole, it's Kevin Thompson, the number 21 Ford Mustang. Hunter Simpson, the number 33, starting second. Justin McMahon in the number 20, starting third. Kevin Powell in the 93 starts fourth. Andrew St. Cyr, the number 12, starting fifth. Jeremiah Stutzman in the 71 starts sixth. Matthew Nordberg piloting the number 64 machine, starting 7th. Tyler Millette, the 94, starts 8th. Mike Leftwich, the number 60 machine, starting 9th. Daniel Wilkerson in the 78, starting 10th. We've got Chris Leftwich, the number 13 machine, starts 11th. And Jonathan Jennings, the number 91 machine, will round out the 12-car grid here today. Let's get ready to go racing. It's going to be 120 laps here at Bristol. Should go by quickly, barring any cautions. As always, let us know where you're from, who you're cheering on. We see BMAC cheering on Team Twisted Axle out on track here this evening. Looks like Jonathan Jennings not making it onto the grid as the field starts to roll away here. It's going to be Thompson, Simpson, your front row. Powell, McMahon, your second row. Andrew St. Cyr, the number 12 machine, starting 5th, your current points leader. After 15 starts so far this season, this is round 19 of the Doghouse Racing League. As we get ready for that iRacing safety car to make its way down pit road, looks like Simpson lagging back slightly there. Thompson lagging next to Simpson's number 33 machine. The field gets ready here, waiting for that iRacing safety car to come down pit road. Looks like we got a bit of a blink here in the booth. Try and get that corrected. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. Away we go for the Doghouse Racing League Next Gen Cup Thursday Night Series. Kevin Thompson hugging the inside line. He's got Justin McMahon tucked in right behind the number 20 machine. But look at the big run from Hunter Simpson. He's going to be ripping the wall here at Bristol, trying to carry a little bit more speed. Here comes Simpson challenging for the race lead. Simpson on the high line. Thompson staying low. Justin McMahon seems like he's trying to figure out what exactly line he wants to hang out on. And you can also see Kevin Powell's 93 machine making his way up. There's current points leader Andrew St. Cyr, sitting in 5th, and that number 12 machine. A lot of different lines being ran as Hunter Simpson holds on to the race lead up front, pulling about a 3/10 gap over Thompson. Thompson has his hands full with Justin McMahon. McMahon going up high here against Powell's number 21, Thompson's 21. And Andrew St. Cyr closing the gap as well. Back in 12th. You can also just see Kevin Powell, the 93 machine, right there next to Thompson, picking up the 3rd place spot. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he can. Now drivers running open setups here at the Doghouse Racing League. So it's going to be interesting to see who's set up for what type of run. They continue having a little bit of a blink up here in the broadcast booth. Not quite sure what the issue is. But up front, Hunter Simpson, Justin McMahon not having too many issues. Putting on a very frantic battle for the lead. Simpson about 2/10 ahead of McMahon as it stands. There's McMahon keeping the pressure on the 33 of Simpson. They've pulled about a half second over Powell. Powell is about 7/10 over Thompson. And if we pan back to Thompson, he's down 3 spots. He's got St. Cyr, Nordberg right in tow behind that number 21 machine. You can also just barely see Jeremiah Stutzman, the 71, trying to close the gap up. And I think we've got a battle for the lead underway. It's Justin McMahon keeping the pressure on Simpson here. McMahon still peeking down that inside line against Simpson. Simpson running way up there. Has about a half lane left over, but here we go. Justin McMahon with a charge down the inside line into 3 and 4. Takes over the lead. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he can. McMahon's going to make it 2 spots game. Currently leading this main event. Already a 10th of the way through the round here. Bristol drivers clicking off lap times faster than 15 seconds. So if this thing goes green start to finish, we should only have a 30-minute race here tonight. And if we can go green at Bristol, that is quite an accomplishment. And now very interesting, Jonathan Jennings with the DNS not able to make his way out into the grid. He was 5th in points. And that could spell disaster for his championship. Pen a little bit further back to Kevin Thompson. Still sitting in 4th, still down 3 spots. He's got St. Cyr and Nordberg, again, right there with him. There's Stutzman, the 71, starting to close the gap up. As it looks like Stutzman taking a peek to the inside line of Nordberg, not able to find an opening quite yet. And there's Tyler Millette, the number 94 machine. Millette, talking to him before today's broadcast, wasn't feeling especially confident here at Bristol. But surely he knows if there's any sort of mistake of the drivers in front of him, he can squeeze into a top 5 as the field's starting to bunch up here. As it looks like, yes, Kevin Thompson's still leading this freight train of drivers, and Stutzman still taking a peek to the inside line against Nordberg, but not quite able to square it up and make something happen. Meanwhile, Nordberg and St. Cyr keeping that pressure on Thompson. Thompson down 3 positions, but this is what we were talking about early on in the race. Some drivers set up for long run pace, some drivers set up for short run sprint distances before the car really starts to tighten up and maybe give them some problems, as it looks like Thompson, maybe one of those drivers set up for the long run. He's closed the distance to Kevin Powell. Now a 1/4 of a second separating the 3rd and 4th place drivers. Thompson really closing the gap here rather quickly. He's about a 10th faster, a little bit more than a 10th faster than Powell that last time by. And here comes Andrew St. Cyr. The 5th place driver, number 12, sees a battle developing between Powell and Thompson. And he's going to try and capitalize on this, pushing forward as quickly as he can. Thompson still looking to the inside line of Powell. Powell running a little bit faster line, but here we go, the battle for 3rd. Powell still shows 3rd as they cross the line that last time by, and they swap back and forth once more. Kevin Thompson taking over the 3rd place spot, moving up into podium contention. As Thompson and Powell side by side for 3rd, St. Cyr and Nordberg also trying to muscle their way up here a little bit as St. Cyr takes a look at the inside line of Powell. Nordberg in the 64 machine watching along. The 71 machine of Stutzman also right here in it, as well as Thompson and St. Cyr still side by side. No excuse. Oh, there we go. Got a little bit of blinking going on. Matthew Nordberg, Kevin Powell. Battling out for 5th, Jeremiah Stutzman still trying to look up. Kevin Thompson, after he made that move to 3rd, starting to check out. Just a little bit of bumping and grinding going on. Looks like Powell giving a hearty shove to Nordberg. And now Stutzman going to make his way around the 93 machine of Kevin Powell. Powell going the wrong way on the leaderboard here. We've got Sean Thompson cheering on his son, Kevin Thompson, that number 21 machine. Kevin Thompson on a fantastic run. He's still down 2 spots from where he started, but really getting some forward momentum built up. And as your race leaders, Justin McMahon, Hunter Simpson battle side by side, that could very well allow Thompson that opportunity he needs. As McMahon and Simpson are going to slow the pace down up front. That number 20 machine of McMahon still on the high line. Simpson, the 33, ripping the low line. And very impressed with this side-by-side battle we have going on here. Trading back and forth through the race lead. Simpson and McMahon still going at it. Simpson taking over the race lead from McMahon. McMahon's going to fire back on the high side. Now this is exactly the type of main event we were looking for here today. And still, it is going off at the front. Hunter Simpson's pulled about a 1/4 of a second gap over McMahon. And there's Kevin Thompson. We were just talking about him, the number 21 Ford Mustang. Starting to climb up through the field, making a move, or at least attempting to, for 2nd. Thompson getting set up for the inside line against Justin McMahon. Not quite able to make it happen. Oh, here we go. McMahon has company from Thompson, the inside line. Thompson not quite able to get the power down, but he's still going to throw it up in there. Keeping the pressure on McMahon. McMahon, no stranger to the side-by-side racing. Simpson, and their current race leader, was keeping McMahon honest for the last 10 to 15 laps. And speaking of Simpson, he's going to be the first driver having to cut through traffic here at Bristol. Going to be a tough spot to be in. Right now, all 11 drivers in the lead lap, as it looks like Daniel Wilkerson comes down pit road for a green flag stop. Thompson stayed committed to the inside line as McMahon almost riding the wall there. So the lone Daniel Wilkerson on pit road for that green flag stop, as it looks like Thompson still not able to take it away from McMahon here. And now you've got Matthew Norberg's 64 machine rapidly closing the gap. And the same story for the last 5-10 laps. Thompson throws it up deep the inside line. McMahon carries a little bit more momentum on the high side. Who is using up a little bit more tire here. Kevin Powell makes his way down pit road as Daniel Wilkerson returns to the racing surface. So the green flag stops officially underway here. Hunter Simpson, your race leader, has pulled a 2-second advantage over Thompson, who is securely locked in 2nd now. McMahon still sits 3rd with a bit of pressure from Matthew Nordberg. And Andrew St. Corey, your current points leader, still sitting within the top 5 here at Bristol. Kevin Powell back out on track, completing his green flag stop on lap 40. Everybody taking 4 fresh tires, a full tank of gas when they come down pit road. Kevin Thompson, a bit of lap traffic until let's go a little bit further back where Justin McMahon has company. Here comes Matthew Nordberg, the 64 machine. Sponsored by Tabasco, working in the inside line against McMahon's number 20. Andrew St. Corey, your current position is the number 12. Ford Mustang sitting 5th. Closing the gap now to the battle for 3rd. He's about a half second back. McMahon holds on to the 3rd place position. Nordberg is going to have to get set up, try it once more. Oh, a big blink from Matthew Nordberg. But he looks to the inside line of McMahon. Man, Justin McMahon right against the outside wall here at Bristol. And even though it's a half-mile track, drivers still hitting in excess of 130 miles an hour. Oh, a big moment from Andrew St. Croix, getting all sorts out of shape in the auto zone. Excuse me, the advanced auto back number 12. That's going to give Nordberg now in 3rd a bit of a breakaway as McMahon slides back into 4th. Now, something interesting to point out as well, pan the camera back to Kevin Thompson. He has closed the gap now to Hunter Simpson, your race leader, now down to 1.2 seconds. As Thompson laps his way through the field, that was Mike Leftwich going a lap down, or another lap down in the number 60 machine. Kevin Thompson's broken the 1 second barrier, catching up to Hunter Simpson. It looks like Thompson set up for a very good long run car, and it is panning out well for him. Here we go, the battle for the lead starting to shape up. Hunter Simpson sees Kevin Thompson closing the gap behind him. Now down to a half second separating the two. 9 drivers have yet to complete their green flag stops. And already we have 7 drivers still remain on the lead lap. Andrew St. Croix, Justin McMahon having a battle for 4th in heavy traffic. Oh, you don't normally see 3 wide at Bristol, and even less often does it go well. That was Tyler Millette, the number 94 machine, on the inside line, letting the lead lap drivers by as quickly as he can. Not wanting to get tied up in that one. There's the number 93 machine of Kevin Powell with fresh tires underneath him, getting a lap back from our 4th and 5th place drivers. And back up front, Kevin Thompson joining the party. Trying to challenge for the race lead here at Bristol. He's got Hunter Simpson within a 1/4 of a second, dropping to 2/10. Will we see another battle for the lead before these drivers come down pit road? I would imagine they're going to try and make it a one-stop race, judging by the fact they've stayed out this long. This time by the crossed green and white flags will come out, signifying the halfway point of this main event. Hunter Simpson with a big lag spike on the high side. Here comes Kevin Thompson. He's going to throw it in deep here. There's lap traffic ahead with Jeremiah Stutzman. How will this affect the battle for the lead as we are at the halfway mark? Simpson holds on to it by a 1/4 of a second. Thompson in hot pursuit. Both drivers look to the high line, trying to figure out where Stutzman, that 71 machine, is going to go. Stutzman stays down low. Simpson and Thompson both up to the high side. They're about 4.4 seconds ahead of Matthew Nordberg, currently rounding out the podium here at Bristol. And it's a very busy racetrack. Simpson and Thompson getting through clean with traffic. You've got the 93 of Powell unlapping himself. Getting a lap back. Justin McMahon, the number 20 machine, comes down pit road, his one and only scheduled stop of the race. Matthew Nordberg also coming down pit road. Andrew St. Croix coming in for a green flag stop. Simpson, Thompson, and Chris Leftwich, your top 3 now, will stay out, as well as looks like Stutzman, Mike Leftwich, and Tyler Millette, the other drivers who have yet to come down pit road here. Simpson holding on to the race lead, rocking and rolling. We've whittled it down with these pit strategies. 3 drivers remain on the lead lap. And you can definitely tell by the lap times, the tire wear absolutely a factor. Last time by Hunter Simpson, a 16.58. Thompson almost the same. Just about 1.7 seconds off their fastest laps of the night. There's Tyler Millette's 94 machine. He's coming down pit road. Oh, Simpson still having problems with the lag and the big blinks there. But hold on to the race lead, 6-7 tenths ahead of Kevin Thompson. There's drivers all around, lap down, trying to get laps back here at Bristol. Now, it looks like a few drivers are going to be on a 2-stop strategy, while most of the field appears to be on a 1-stop. Simpson has a bit of a bobble. That allows Thompson to collect himself, charging back up. Ooh, Simpson, very unpredictable here with the lag. Not sure where he's going to go. There's St. Cyr right behind. He's a couple laps down. St. Cyr dives up the inside line, very quickly getting around the top 2 drivers. He will still be 2 laps down, though, after his pit stop. Chris Lethbridge comes down pit road, his one and only planned stop of the evening. And the number 13 Chevrolet. And here comes Kevin Thompson, battling back for the lead. Less than 50 laps left to go. There we go. Hunter Simpson comes down pit road. When will we see Thompson, the number 21 machine, follow suit? Will it be the next time by? Thompson staying out here as long as he can here at Bristol. Jeremiah Stutzman rolls back out on track. Hunter Simpson leaving his pit stall as well. There we go. Kevin Thompson, your race leader. Ooh, barely getting it slowed down in time at Bristol. Comes down pit road. I think that may put Kevin Powell as your race leader here. Powell, your race leader. Now, very interesting. Powell came down pit road on lap 40. Seems like he's going to be on a 2-stop strategy. And oh no, we've got trouble here at Bristol. Kevin Thompson in his pit stall for 34 seconds. We think he got a penalty. Kevin Thompson may have just had the race robbed from him here. Absolutely wrenching for Thompson and number 21 Ford Mustang. After leading so many laps, there's Matthew Norberg using 22-lap pressure tires, taking over the lead from Kevin Powell. Kevin Thompson just getting out of his pit stall after 56 seconds, a regular 4-tire stop here at Bristol. Normally not any slower than 15. So Kevin Thompson's got to be praying for a miracle here, as he's going to be about 4 laps down from the rest of the field. A penalty at Bristol just can completely ruin the race for you. Oh, absolutely gutting. Matthew Norberg takes over the race lead as we pull up the live timing chart on the left side of your screen. It's Norberg, McMahon, Powell, your top 3. Andrew St. Cyr, Hunter Simpson rounding out the top 5. Just when you think you've got it locked up, the racing gods can be cruel and unkind here. Andrew St. Cyr, Kevin Powell battling for the 3rd place spot. St. Cyr makes it happen. Powell came down pit road, and I do want to point out, Kevin Thompson just came out of pit road, set the fastest lap of the race, a 14.68. Driving a little bit of the red mist here to work his way back up towards the front. He's got less than 40 laps left to do it. But boy, if he could, what a story that would be. Standing back up front. Looks like Justin McMahon starting to close the gap to Matthew Norberg, your race leader. Norberg up 6 positions. He came down pit road lap 62. He should be good to go till the end. As the number 12 of St. Croix getting some love from the fans, as well as Kevin Thompson. There's Tyler Millett's number 94 Ford Mustang trying to unlap himself from Nordberg. Kevin Powell down pit road for his second planned stop of the night. Your race leader Nordberg whipping through traffic. McMahon tries to follow, but gets accidentally blocked by lap traffic. That will stall his run, putting him about 9/10 behind race leader Nordberg. Chris Leftwich closing the gap to Daniel Wilkerson, the number 78 machine. Wilkerson came in for quite an undercut on lap 37. And comes back down pit road for his second stop of the night. Chris Leftwich will move into the top 5 in that bright red number 13 machine. Your race leader Matthew Norberg and Chris Leftwich in 5th. Both hard chargers at this time, both up 6 positions so far. As Leftwich continues to try and unlap himself back to race leader, though, Matthew Nordberg. Lap traffic could make or break some of these drivers here at Bristol, or as pit strategies, or pit penalties, I should more aptly say, as we saw in the case of Kevin Thompson. Just a heart-wrenching moment for the number 21 machine. Still, anything can happen at the last great Coliseum here at Bristol. The laps rapidly clicking off. We have been caution-free so far this evening, which is normally a surefire way for the commentator's curse to start striking. We've also got a battle for third shaping up. Hunter Simpson has passed Andrew St. Croix, edging out the Canadian from podium contention. Simpson's got some of the freshest tires underneath that 33 machine. Can he close a 2.0? Oh, is a big blink there out of Simpson. Can he close a 2.1 second gap to Justin McMahon? And maybe find himself a little bit higher in the podium. 10-lap Todd newer tires could very well be all the difference here, as we are 25 laps left to go here at Bristol. .23 laps left to go. Matthew Norberg holds on to a 3/4 of a second advantage over Justin McMahon. McMahon has Hunter Simpson has closed the gap now to 1.1 seconds and closing fast. McMahon has a little bit of traffic to contend with. I believe that's going to be Chris Leftwich, the number 13 machine in the inside line. Simpson closing the gap to 9/10 of a second. We could very well still have a 3-car battle for the lead by the time it's all said and done. McMahon getting harassed a little bit from Leftwich, trying to get back on the lead lap. Still 9/10 behind race leader Matthew Nordberg, but Hunter Simpson, the 33 machine, closing the gap rather quickly. Leftwich trying to unlap himself from McMahon, but Hunter Simpson right behind now, the number 33 machine. You've got McMahon, the left side of your screen, Chris Leftwich, the right side, the bright red, who's a lap down. And then right behind, that's Hunter Simpson, who will not be backing out of it there. You've also got, I believe, that is going to be Kevin Thompson. No, that's going to be Daniel Wilkerson, I believe, the 78. Trying to work his way through, and we are squarely in the middle of the vortex of danger. Simpson has linked up right behind McMahon, drops back down low. There's the number 60 machine as well as Mike Leftwich. Everybody on different tire strategies here. And we go 3 wide at Bristol. Hold on to it. Able to get through nice and clean. But McMahon has all sorts of pressure from Simpson on the inside line. Another big blink from Simpson. You've got 2 drivers battling for position, other drivers just trying to get back in the lead lap while this fray is happening. Matthew Norberg has extended the gap to 1.2 seconds out front. This is a crash waiting to happen here. And this 2x2 set, you got McMahon and Simpson side by side battling for second. Right behind them, I believe that's going to be Chris Leftwich and Daniel Wilkerson trying to fight to get back on the lead lap. As we hint at going 2 wide and 3 rows deep. We've seen 3 wide racing happen a few times. Oh, and there we go. Not sure how these drivers got through that. But McMahon's going to hold on to second as the drivers with faster and fresher rubber make their way through that battle for second. McMahon now has a 4/10 of a second advantage over Hunter Simpson in third. Handing back up to Matthew Norberg. He's having the same issue. Drivers making their way around him, slowing down his pace slightly. Hold on to a 1.1 second lead. We've got 10 laps left to go. Let's make it 9 as Norberg crosses the line. Oh, and a blink there from Norberg. McMahon closing the gap now down to about a second. Simpson also trying to close the distance once more to McMahon. But with 8 laps left to go, will these drivers be able to link back up, try and make something happen? Norberg looks like he's got relatively clean track ahead and behind him here at this point. But those big blinks are a little bit worrisome. McMahon still about a second back from Norberg, about a second ahead of Hunter Simpson, but a little bit of a bobble there will allow Simpson to gain about 2/10. And there's Chris Leftwich, the number 13 machine, still trying to get a lap back. That could slow McMahon down rather slightly with 6 laps left to go. It's the last thing that number 20 machine is looking for. Now Matthew Norberg coming into tonight was 3rd in points. Justin McMahon was 2nd in points. And of course Andrew St. Croix, your points leader. Norberg trying to make it his 4th win of the season here. And just has 5 laps left to go to make that happen. Four laps left to go. Norberg holds another race lead, 1.8 seconds ahead of McMahon. McMahon 9/10 ahead of Simpson. Lap traffic still a factor as the camera pans back over to Norberg. He's up 6 spots. He last came down pit road lap 62, just past the halfway mark. It's going to be 2 to go this time by, and another massive blink out of Nordberg. 2 laps left to go here at Bristol. White flag will be out this time by, and if he can take the white flag, Matthew Norberg, that 64 Tabasco back Chevrolet, that means we will run this race start to finish caution-free at Bristol. That is quite an accomplishment, and now here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Norberg going to make his way around for the final time here at the Coliseum. Checkered flag is out, and Matthew Norberg picks up his 4th win of the season, with Justin McMahon finishing 2nd, Hunter Simpson finishing 3rd, and Andrew St. Cyr finishing 4th, the last driver on the lead lap here. Matthew Norberg with a well-deserved victory burnout. Gonna enjoy the time in the limelight. And absolutely burn them down here. Norberg, he paid for all the tires. He's gonna use all the tires. Taking the tow back to pit road. We're going to try and get these drivers up here into victory lane. Waiting to get the rest of the drivers up here. We've got Justin McMahon waiting on Simpson and Matthew Norberg. Looks like we've got the 2nd and 3rd place driver. So let's get things started with Hunter Simpson, the number 33 machine. Hunter started off in 2nd, finished 3rd. A nice clean race and no cautions. Got to be pretty happy with how things went tonight here at the Coliseum.
I'm happy with it, but you could always wish for more. I was hoping for a win to help me out in the point standings, and this is my home track, so to get a win here would have been amazing, but it just didn't work out with lap traffic and just racing with people that don't need to be racing up there with 10 to go.
Yeah, with the lap traffic, do you think a caution would have helped or hurt most of the field at towards the midpoint or later in that race?
I think it would have helped the people that was further back due to pit cycle, but I think it would have hurt us as the top 3 because we was far out there. So I think it would have hurt us most.
Well, Hunter, were you pretty happy with how you guys set up the car for this main event? And it looked like it was pretty well planned for the majority of the race.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the setup. It wouldn't have been possible without my guys on the team. They help every week, and it's been a pleasure to race with them guys this season.
Well, Hunter, speaking of the team and all the sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to that helped you finish 3rd here this evening?
I want to thank you guys for the broadcast every week. It's a joy to watch. Daniel, Shoney's for sponsoring the league, along with all my teammates. Matt, Kevin, Jonathan, Corey, and Adam, and everyone back home that's watching the broadcast.
Awesome. Hunter, congratulations on 3rd, and hope to have you back up here next week, my friend.
Thank you.
That was Hunter Simpson finishing in 3rd. Up next, we've got Justin McMahon finishing 2nd in the number 20 machine, up 1 spot. And looked like that was pretty tough to try and figure out when to make moves there late in the races. There's cars just about everywhere.
Yeah, it got a little hectic. I just knew that if I held my line up against the wall there that I might have a chance of fending them off. It was fun, though. I had a little good time. Just the car got super tight on the end, and it was hard to keep it down. I just had to, really back the corner up a lot just to get in there, and I didn't really have anything for Nordberg at the end. But, yeah, I got a little hectic there for a little bit. Lap cars were trying to get their laps back and racing pretty hard, so they were racing for position too, but it was a lot of fun.
Now, Justin, with that high line you ran predominantly through the night, was that something you set the car up for and knew you kind of had to stick to it, or that line kind of changed as the run progressed here this evening?
Yeah, the car just, after about, 15 or 20 laps or so, the car just got a little tight and it just kind of migrated you up that way. least for this setup that we had. It did chew the tires up a lot more. The right front was smoking, so running the high line definitely feels like you're going faster, and it allows you to get a better run off the corner, but you're hurting that right front a lot more. I don't know. I mean, I could have tried to run the bottom, but I felt like the bottom wasn't as fast in the long run for me.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see how the points shake up coming into tonight. You were second, about 5 points back from Andrew St. Cyr. Matthew Norberg had a good points night as well. How are you thinking this championship's going to go as we get very late in the season?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a toss-up. I think anybody, these guys up front, could potentially bring it home. A lot of good drivers up here, so it's going to be interesting. I was able to squeak out a point in front of St. Cyr there at the stage end, so I think that was definitely needed for that, but I don't know if he's happy with me or not. I feel like we raced pretty hard, and I don't know, it might have been a couple times I pinched him, but no hard feelings towards him. I think we were just racing hard and trying to get those stage points.
Well, he's Canadian, so he can't be that upset with you. Awesome,
Yeah.
Justin. Great job on second, man. Still a good points night all the way around. And before I let you sign off, who you want to give a shout to that helps make it happen for you?
You guys for putting on a hell of a broadcast. My sponsor on the car, Group 6 Interactive, and the guys over at Loud Pedal Racing for allowing me to be on their team this season.
Awesome. Justin, always a pleasure, my friend. Hope to have you back up here next week, and good luck at the next one, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon.
Sure. That was Justin McMahon finishing second, and up next we're going to get Matthew Nordberg, the number 64 machine. Man, hot sauce the way to go, up 6 spots, nice and clean, and able to get a pretty healthy breakaway there at the end.
Yeah, definitely a pretty exciting race at the start. I didn't expect to be up at the front after the pit stops, but I think I just managed my stuff well in the first run and got the jump with the undercut in the pit stops and had a good, clean entry exit. And from there, I was kind of just managing the pace out front.
Well, Matthew, is your your fourth win of the season. We were able to go caution-free at Bristol. Were you worried that we were going to see a yellow flag and kind of throw a wrench in your planning here this evening, or were you feeling like it was going to be a relatively clean race?
I thought it was going to be clean once everything spread out. I think at the start, that was really when I was worried about cars getting into each other or anything. Just like making sure to stay clean in the first stint was definitely my priority, and not necessarily about getting to the front as fast as I could. I had a good start at the beginning of the race, got a few positions there, and then just was able to manage the tires. Was able to jump a few people before pit stop started.
Now, Matthew, I guess my final question, with that sporadic blinking we saw out of you tonight, and a few drivers, I think you and Simpson had some pretty big blinks. How much more nerve-wracking is it on a half-mile, high-bank short course like Bristol, where you're kind of having to guess where everybody's going to be in as the service dips in and out?
It's definitely sketchy, especially around a place like Bristol, where it's very difficult once you kind of make your bed and and how you want to approach the corner and how you enter the corner. It's going to really impact. You can't really move much in the corner once you're in there. So I think there was one point where after my pit stop, I was trying to get a lap back or something, and I think it was Hunter or Jennings or someone, I can't remember who was blinking right next to me, and it kind of really spooked me. So definitely just erring on the side of caution where I can.
Well, hey, a great race all the way through. We went caution-free at Bristol, the hard charger, as well as the race winner, and a great points night for you in that Tabasco back 64. So going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the season shapes up. And Matthew, you've got the privilege, the pleasure, the final send-offs of the night, my friend. Who do you want to give a shout to that helps make it happen for you?
Just really want to thank you guys for putting on a fantastic show for us. It's always fun to race here. It's very clean, and it's definitely enjoyable. Get some good green flag laps, and got to practice the green flag pit stops too, which I don't get to do in very many leagues. But thank you to you guys.
Awesome. Matthew, congratulations. Good luck in the championship, and hope to have you back up here next week.
Thank you.
That was Matthew Norberg, your race winner here at Bristol, dominating in the number 64 machine. And, of course, he was accompanied by Justin McMahon, second, and Hunter Simpson finishing third. Great, clean racing here at the Doghouse Racing League Next Gen Cup Thursday Night Series. And again, a big shout out to our title sponsor, Shoney's, coming on board this season. Thank you all to our fans, friends, and family. Tune in, supporting the drivers, supporting the league, as well as supporting the broadcast. My name has been James East. Thank you so much for spending your Thursday afternoon with us, and I'll see you at the next one. Have a great night, everybody.